The late night phone calls. My name is Ryan. I'm 36. And if someone had told me 3 years ago that my wife was capable of cheating, I would have laughed in their face. Jessica and I had been together for more than 10 years. We had 2 kids, a cozy home in Ohio, Sunday family dinners. Everything looked perfect. But as it often happens, the perfect picture shattered in a single moment. It started with little things. Jessica began staying late at work more often. She worked at an insurance company, nothing unusual. Normally she was home by 6 p.m., but now she could come back at 9 or even 10. Her explanations were always the same. Reports, meetings, emergencies. I believed her. What else could I do? We were a family. But then came the late night calls. Her phone would buzz around midnight. She'd take it, step into the hallway, and whisper so quietly that even I couldn't make out a word. One night I asked, "Who's calling you at this hour?" She smiled nervously. "Just a coworker. He's having some issues with a project. You know, sometimes we work at odd hours." I pretended to believe her, but something inside me was already tightening. I began to notice the details. A new perfume, though she rarely used any before. Red lingerie, but not for me. The sudden secrecy with her phone. She even changed the password, though before we'd always shared access. And then one night, I heard her in the bathroom, talking quietly. The water was running, the door was shut, but I could still make out the words, "I miss you too. I can't wait either." My insides went cold. I didn't barge in, didn't start a fight. I just lay back down and realized everything I feared was true. I decided I needed proof. If I was wrong, I'd just be a paranoid fool. But if I was right, then I had to know everything. I installed a simple spy program on her laptop that saved her messages. And 2 days later, I got exactly what I feared. Dozens of texts from Chris, work. "I'm going crazy when I don't see you. Yesterday was better than I ever dreamed. You said your husband suspects nothing. Are you sure?" My hands were shaking so badly while reading this that I could barely hold the mouse. I wanted to storm into her office, drag that Chris out by the collar, but I stopped myself. I needed more than just messages. That Friday, she said she was going to a work party after hours. I kissed her goodbye and wished her fun, but I got in my car and followed. She did drive to the office, but stayed only 15 minutes. Then she came out and got into a black pickup. Behind the wheel was him, Chris. They drove out of town to a small roadside motel. I sat in my car across the street, everything inside me tearing apart. I wanted to smash the door open, drag them both out, but I held myself back. I filmed them going in together and drove away. The next day, I acted as if nothing had happened. We had breakfast as a family. The kids were laughing. Jessica was smiling like nothing was wrong. And that hurt me more than anything. Her ability to sit across from me and pretend everything was fine. That evening, I said, "Jess, can you take a look at this video?" And I played the recording from the motel. She turned pale, like her heart had stopped. At first, she tried to deny it. "It's not what you think." Then she cried, begged me to forgive her. But I just sat there looking at her, realizing this woman, the mother of my kids, the person I'd spent a decade with, had betrayed me in the dirtiest way. I kicked her out that same evening. The kids stayed with me. She tried to come back, wrote letters, called, but I couldn't. We divorced. Chris dumped her a few months later. Now she lives in a rented apartment and sees the kids on weekends. And me. I'm still learning how to live again. Sometimes at night I hear the buzz of a phone in my head, and my heart freezes, just like it did back then.